seems to work pretty well. It's better than putting up a chroma key background and all that crap.
Yeah, that's that's true.
So, um,
I am actually going to stream the game while we're recording.
oh, cool.
I haven't
Okay.
done that in a while, so figured I'd do that. Right now, I'm spinning in circles on one of the islands in Sea of Ghosts.
I'm actually doing nothing much right now, although I was playing it earlier in the week.
Yeah, I hadn't. I did play a little bit earlier in the week. I got into this little quest line, little mod quest, and then once I tried out. I've been busy the last 2 days anyway, but I decided to hop into whatchamacallit, Fallout because of the
Ah,
survival. So
right.
I
Yeah.
got a couple hours. I finally died at level 4, but it was the friggin' death claw that killed me, of course.
Not your own bomb. Yeah. Uh,
Oh, I thought about that because you died. What's that?
Yeah, I put every single Molotov cocktail and every fragmentation mine and grenade that I found into the workshop. The minute I found them, I dumped them. Didn't even attempt to throw them. I knew that would probably get me.
well, it worked. It had worked for me once before. I was trying to be very cautious about it, and unfortunately, I I got a little panicked and threw one in the one of the hallways in Concord, and that was the end of that. I did experience a glitch death before that,
Really?
but I
Oh.
discounted it. Yeah. Um, so yeah, I was down in the USAF Olivia satellite station there,
Mm-hmm.
and I must have hit a key on my keyboard
Oh.
just as ACAC came around the corner with her minigun.
Oh God.
Um, and so everything froze on me. And then when I tried to get back, I was about to get out of the way, and I couldn't dodge fast enough, and she mowed me down.
Oh
so,
Jesus.
so I chalked that up to a glitch.
Yeah, I pretty much hung out in Sanctuary for a day or two, and then started venturing out.
Yeah, that's the first thing I did, and gathered a lot of stuff and made a water purifier so
Yep.
I'd have
Yep.
plenty of good water and all that stuff, and then just started slowly. I went. The reason I was over at the USAF. I was doing the quest for the Abernathy's. Um,
Oh yeah, that's right. Because they have food at their farm. I need to get
right.
over there. That's a good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. So um, I wanted to get over to that side of the map and establish a base. That's the kind of cool part about it is just sort of establishing forward bases and moving slowly across the map in sort of little leapfrogs with mattresses as your
Yeah.
as your
Yep. That's it.
targets. Yeah. So let's
All
see.
right.
Should I start the game here? I'm gonna shut off my video.
Well, I don't have the music, so I'll just start the show without the music because it's on my other
Well,
computer.
let me quick
Yep.
start Skyrim. I think I'm playing in unwindowed mode. Let me just make sure everything is okay before uh, uh, make sure it starts without crashing. Um, Everybody still there?
I am here.
Okay.
I am not.
You're not there? Okay, Colin. Good. Now that he's gone, we can talk.
I'll tell you, I wish I was gone. Thanks to fucking Hussein Bolt over here, I thought it would be a good idea to go back to the gym after a year and a half or 2 years absence. And yeah, all the way up to walking up the stairs and then walking into the gym. That was all good. Every second of every day afterwards has been a nightmare.
I hate gyms. God, everything about it. That's why I hike a lot. I don't.
Yeah,
just
hiking's good for that. Yeah, I did. I ran 5.5 miles today.
Oh, nice.
I felt like crap the first 3 miles. I'll be honest. I was like, I want to quit. I want to quit. I want to quit. I want to quit. I was like, oh, I'll just keep going. And then I was like, well, I do have to get back home. So
Yeah, I cannot run with all the problems with my chest and through years of lack of exercise. I physically can't run. If I run more than sort of like 100 meters, that's it. I'm fucked for like hours and can't breathe and hacking up a lot of crap. So, but I can sit there and push weights. Well, I used to be able to sit there and push weights.
Yeah.
What was it? I was in the second set of the chest incline, and halfway through the second set, my left arm just went nope. Just out of nowhere, just went nope.
Nope, that's not happening.
Just crashed in, and that's it.
Oops.
So this shoulder is fucked. So that was great trying to repair shoes with a completely fucked up shoulder.
Oh, God, that must be awful.
Yeah, that must be wonderful.
Can you do the stuff like the ellipticals and things?
I think we'd call it a cross trainer. That's the one with So I've been using the cross trainer, but I only use that a little bit for about 15-20 minutes just to warm me up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just do 12-piece sets, 3 12 sets, and then I'm really low weight, so I can get some aerobic stuff in to try and just get rid of all the weight.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I did. I had to, after I hurt my back last year and all that, I was like, this is not fun. Walking around San Diego for a week, not being able to walk was not all that fun.
No.
And I was like, I guess I actually have to do something to remain physically active.
Yeah, but I fucking hate that. Why can't you be sort of like, in perfect shape, sitting around doing fuck all for like 12 hours?
Yeah.
The only worry I had after like leaving gym, I was wondering that I wasn't going to be able to WASD. But luckily, I got home. I was able to WASD all day long yesterday.
Yeah. I have a little wrist pillow that helps me with that. And I got rid of my clicky keyboard.
Oh, did you?
Oh, okay.
Well, I didn't get rid of it. I put it on, and since I bought the desktop, I put a quieter keyboard on the desktop and put my clicky one on the laptop. So, because I spilled beer on the laptop's keyboard a long time ago, and fried the laptop's keyboard.
So what happened?
Oops.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I think me and Michael will go in. Why doesn't he just use the keyboard on it?
Yeah. That's what
I figured you were thinking that. So.
There had to be a story to that keyboard.
Yeah. Wait for it. There it is.
Yeah. Well, I'm ready. I'm in game, so.
Sounds good. All right. I don't have any opening music, so I'll just start it. Because I'm on the PC today. I should actually just move opening music to both. That would be easier, but. Welcome back to Skyrim Addict Podcast, episode 91. I actually know the number this week.
Whoa,
and
cool.
this week it is myself, Victor, and Colin.
Hello.
Howdy.
We're all getting healthy. We're all very active. We're exercise machines, and we're playing Skyrim.
Totally.
It's I feel like my stamina runs down faster than it does in the game.
Yeah.
If only there was a potion.
Yeah, I haven't been out much the last couple of weeks because it's been raining so much. So.
Yeah. It's rained every day for a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it even rained this morning before I went out. I was like, really? Come on. We got a little sun yesterday. Come on.
Yeah, it's cleared up now a little bit. It's nice and breezy out there, so maybe I'll go out later. But
yeah, I'm hoping the woods trails dry up a little bit. I've been running in the mud the past couple times.
Thick.
Yeah, I'm waiting to fall and get hurt, like in the middle of the woods.
Good excuse not to run anymore, right?
Yeah. Fall, get hurt. Nobody find me for like a week.
Oh, well,
lay in a puddle.
It's a minor detail.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for.
Well, you can drink the muddy water. It'll help
exactly.
survive.
Yeah. There's no rads in it or anything, so I should be okay.
Right.
Just a lot of dog piss.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. And a lot of goose poop probably around here.
Yeah.
So you guys still doing your like heavy needs playthrough? Is that what you're? Is that what?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm still. Well, I'm still playing the same mod list that I was the last time Colin and I talked about it. So yeah, lots of needs, etc. This time I turned on follower needs too, which I hadn't. I don't think I've ever done that before in iNeed. So And when you do that, your followers, you have to give them water skins, and once the water skins empty out, they complain, and they eat food and stuff. It's actually works out pretty well. I discovered you don't have to go and manually fill their water skins. When you
Oh, that's
fill
good.
yours, they grab theirs as well.
Oh,
So
basically autofills it.
yeah, it auto once you've done it once, given them enough water skins, they will refill when you do. So that works out pretty well.
Oh, that's
Um,
pretty good. Do
yeah.
they die if they don't get proper stuff as well,
I think you can set that. Let me look in the
or do they
MCM
just get
here.
some kind of sickness or something?
No, I don't think there's anything like that. Let me just look here quickly and see on follower needs. Uh, let's see. Yeah, you can set the hunger rate. You can actually turn purchasing food on, so the followers will buy food, or you can just give it to them. Um, and they let's see, meals with followers. Yeah, you can set so that you sit down to meals with them. Um, I don't see a death option here. That's for the PC. You can set that uh, pretty harshly. Um, gameplay, yeah, death, but I don't know if that is like overall for PC and followers, or just for I think it's just for the PC. So they just complain.
No, they just complain on it. There you go. Well, that's annoying enough anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's realistic enough.
That's enough incentive to.
Yeah, I like the horse needs too, because when you walk up in front of your horse in iNeed, you have to sort of be facing head on with them and click ride. It gives you a little option to feed the horse, and when you feed the horse, they'll eat like cabbages and apples and things like that, and then when you feed it to them, they'll neigh and rear up.
Uh,
And I
I
guess it
think
gives them a little stamina buff.
oh,
Not
nice.
much, but just a little one.
I think doesn't Dave have that mod on? I think he does.
Oh, I think so.
Because I know he has Indigo as his follower, and I think it's in his diary, or he mentions it all the time about how he loves sweet rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he hopefully Dave's got, well, I say hopefully, but maybe Dave's got that one on there as well. So like you have to keep on giving Indigo bloody sweet rolls, or else he ends up missing arrows or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Because he's playing with Requiem as well, I think, isn't he, Dave?
Yeah, I believe he is. Yeah.
I haven't listened to any of those, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, Dave.
Yeah, he plays seriously
Yeah,
immersive.
yeah, he's got Hunter Born on and Frostfall on, and I think he's loving the camping side of it. I don't know whether he likes the freeze your ass off side of it, but I know he likes camp.
Yeah, that's why I think Chesco split them out. So Campfire is now a module that Frostfall requires it, but Campfire does not require Frostfall, so you can load it separately. So that's what I have. I just got rid of Frostfall entirely. Personally,
Right.
just my own feeling, I think it's a waste of time. Hunterborn I use a lot, and but I just Frostfall is just I don't know.
Yeah, I know he's definitely got Frostfall on because he was going up past Tamar's Shame in the last episode, I think. And he had to change into his furs and everything like that as he was going past the Alchemist Shack.
Yeah, that's kind of cool if especially with Requiem. Probably makes for some good immersive gameplay.
It does. The only problem with how I think you were saying in one of the previous episodes where Requiem, it really rewards you if you once you get to the end of a certain place and stuff like you kill a boss. The rewards you get from the chest or from you get more of the stuff from the bodies than you will from the chest. I'll keep on opening the chest and they'll have something like 150 gold
Right.
and a ring in it or a couple of potions, and I'm like, you asshole. Obviously the guy that the boss that you're trying to kill, he's going to have all the good stuff on him. He's going to be wearing the ring. He's going to be wearing the robes,
Right.
the really good robes and stuff like that. So that's what I've been finding. Where was it? I had done the Mages Guild quest, and holy crap! I don't want to give it away if any, because some other people will probably be playing Requiem, but dragon priests, right? That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, priests.
Dragon priests. All right, and we're just gonna leave it at that.
Oh man.
But was it going out? He's now level 44, and I've been going around, trying to get all the best stuff. And was it the dragon priests have the other dragon priests around Skyrim have all the best stuff. Or their enchantments on their masks are pretty epic. But poor old Volslung, you know the guy that's at the top of the mountain. You go through the Nordic ruin, then you come outside at the very top.
Oh
It's,
yeah.
Ancient's Ascent, is
Yeah.
it? Is it up there? Yeah.
No, that's a dragon one. That's
sorry.
Is it Cor? No, it's not Corvin Jund. That's the Civil War one. Wait a second. I'll just go into the map, and it'll tell me what it was called. It's over, just below. Volkskeg, you know, with the books where you have to, it's a fox, a snake, and a wolf, and a bear,
okay.
and you gotta pull the levers. You go through all that, and then you come outside, and then you have the word wall and the coffin right in front of it. You walk up to the word wall, and then once you receive the word, Volslung comes flying out and going, "Hello, I'm here!" And at that exact moment, was it Lydia ran straight at him with a sprinting power shot with Dawnbreaker and one shot at him and he exploded.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
He didn't have a chance to put on his ebony flesh, which is what makes them so tough. It's either ebony flesh or, more than likely, what he's given them is dragon hide.
Dragon, yeah, that's probably it.
And he's probably given it them. That's what's making them so tough. But he just pops out and he goes, "Hello!" And then she goes, "Ah!" And one shots the poor bastard.
That's great.
But that was a lot of fun. I've now got all the dragon priests masks except for the one Nakarine who is in the dragon questline.
Oh, okay.
Up at Skulldafn.
So you're still playing the
Skulldafn.
Requiem playthrough?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I was thinking about starting Dragonborn this week because I haven't played in a while with my Conjuration guy. I was like, because I can roll through there with an army this time instead of just. I don't know how well it'll work. That's what I'm interested in seeing how well it'll go. The Dark Brotherhood was a little rough doing it that way because you're not very sneaky when you're conjuring stuff.
Yeah.
So
if you get like the silent cast.
I do have that actually.
Does that help with
it does help,
armies?
but when you have like 4 Dremora Lords and Lydia and everything else floating around,
panting and moaning and groaning and stuff.
and then there's a dog I have floating around still from Worm's Tooth. So yeah, there's a lot of people just rolling around really loud and clunky, and so when you have to kill people stealthily, like killing Motier at the end in Whiterun, in in the bar? I can't remember any of it. But yeah, it's hard to sneak into that back room and kill him without a weapon.
Yeah.
And then once you start a battle, like everybody battles. So the entire bar breaks into a massive fight, and everybody is murdering each other.
Well, everybody has to have a good bar fight once in a while.
Yeah.
Go out,
the
get your
entire
butt
place
kicked or something. Yeah, it's good for the soul.
Yeah, it's like Roadhouse in there. The whole place erupts, and it just it's a mess. So yeah, that was a little tougher than I thought it would be. The Dark Brotherhood, just because it was so clunky. The ship at the end, though, where you kill the Emperor, that was actually relatively easy because I just set loose everybody and they just went onto the ship and killed everybody. So,
Ooh, wow.
it wasn't even really. There was no sneaking really involved. You know, it was just kind of all right,
Pirates of the
guys.
Caribbean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
right.
was.
Yeah.
We came in, and then I was just like, all right, forget it. I'm trying to be sneaky here. This is not working. Let's just battle. So that's basically what just ended up happening. But now I'm trying Sea of Ghosts, which was it's an older, Quest DLC type mod.
Huh. So what's it about?
I haven't figured that out yet.
Oh, cool.
I'm kind of bouncing around from island. I like it. What I do like about it so far is basically you get on this ship up in Solitude, which is I guess what a lot of the ones that involve ships end up in Solitude. But and you head out, and then it's not like one location you go to. There's like 7 or 8 little islands, and I think you have to collect a bunch of keys to get into some kind of like dragon something temple or dragon hold or something like that. Something like I forget what it's called exactly. Sounds loreish, whatever it is, but so I got to collect these certain keys to be able to get in there, which I haven't really found them yet. But there's a bunch of islands, and then there's some little side missions for the people that are on the ship also.
Is it well done?
Yeah, yeah. So far, I like it quite a bit. No funky speech or anything.
Yeah.
Seems pretty good. Each location is pretty small. They're not like huge. There's the one I'm at now. There's a mine. I think the other one there was a dungeon. So there's a couple little things like that. Nothing too crazy that I've come across. And
Cool.
so far so good. Yeah, no extremely long dialogue or anything.
Yeah, I've been doing. Actually, I don't know if it's because I updated it recently because there was a major update to interesting NPCs. With I don't know within the last 6 or 8 months. I can't remember. It's like version 2.0 now or something like that. I mean, it's like 2.2 gigabyte size file. It's a huge mod. Um, or if this is just places that I haven't been before, and but I've been picking up a bunch of the interesting NPCs quests, and some of
Oh
them are
wow.
really cool. There's have you used interesting NPCs, Michael?
No, I haven't loaded that yet. I probably should though.
Um, it's really it's extensive. You know,
Hmm.
it's huge, in fact. But most of the quests are pretty small. I haven't. I don't know if Colin has. I haven't done any of the big major quests ever. But there's a one follower that I think everybody sort of universally likes because the voice actor is really good, and he's in. You pick him up. He's one of the two you can pick up in Riverwood. His name is Gore, and but he has a couple of little side quest. He loves Horker Stew.
Huh.
He's a huge fan of Horker Stew. So if you work with Gore only, uh, you can pick him up as a follower and you run around for them. He's a former arena, like basically a gladiator.
Oh, okay.
And he talks big and then he runs away from fights and stuff.
Huh.
And um, but he's pretty powerful when he wants to fight. And you can run around with him for a while, and eventually he'll want to go off and find Horker Stew somewhere, and he goes off, and you find him again. However, uh, there is another interesting NPC character by the name of Callan. She pronounced the voice actor is terrible on that one,
Oh really?
and she pronounces it Colin. It's Callen. Um, have you met her, Colin?
I haven't. No.
She is in. Where did I pick her up? It was in the Nightgate Inn over by, along the road from White Run going towards either
Yeah.
Dawnstar. Yeah. So you pick her up, and turns out she knows Gore. She knew Gore, but she pissed him off somehow by dissing on Horker Stew, and she wants to make it up to him. And so you go through this little quest with her, and to find the ideal ingredients and the perfect cook for making the most amazing Horker Stew ever, uh, which involves yet another one of the interesting NPC characters who is the French cook that you find in the kitchens in Markarth
Oh God.
in the castle in Markarth, and you make the stew and you take it back to Gore, and it's a lot of fun. There's cool little quests. I met up with another one in Lost Echo,
Oh yeah, Lost Echo.
which is
Yeah.
way over there on the north side of the map. I think is that the one. It's yeah, I think it's Lost Echo. His name is Rains. Have you met him, Colin?
A note.
He's a really nasty character. He really is. He's really evil and kind of fun. Um, and I'm only about halfway through his quest yet. You meet him and you have to go in. He's basically actually you hear about him somewhere else. I can't remember from whom I heard about him, but you get a little prompt to find the vigilante, and he's a vigilante, and
Oh, okay.
so you meet him in Lost Echo, and you run through there, kill a bunch of Falmer, and at the end, you find this poor, hapless Stormcloak who, when you walk into the cavern, says, "Oh, thank God you're here. I thought I was going to die here." And Rains rushes past you and says, "You are," and he stabs him and kills him. It's like, oh my God. And and that's where I am right now with Rains. So.
Yeah, I have the there's the 2 new followers with the Dark Brotherhood. Was it Resurrection? I think it's called.
Oh.
Or Part 1, whatever it is. The extension of there's a extension of Dark Brotherhood. I think there's 2 parts of it, but apparently the 2 followers that are in there, if you take them, they have a bunch of quests each and
cool.
storylines. I haven't gone back. I was worried because Lydia has a bunch of stuff, so I don't want to take on a new follower, and then she disappears and then loses all the good stuff she has.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't keep that on once she leaves your person, right? Yeah. Once you let your followers go, they don't keep their gear. They revert to their original gear, don't they?
Not if you take it away from them.
Well, I mean, if I didn't.
Oh.
I wasn't able to. I wouldn't have been able to take. It would have been too heavy for me to take anywhere.
Oh, okay.
So I
know she'll keep it in her inventory. She might change back into her normal gear, but it'll still be in her inventory.
Oh, okay. It'll be in her inventory now.
Yeah, but usually if what should we call it? If you give her ebony armor, it's better than her armor anyway, so she'll keep the armor on her.
Yeah, because she has I think she has Ancient Nordic on, and a Daedric helmet, which look nice together, and a bunch of staffs and stuff like that. So I got her loaded up. I didn't want her to lose all the stuff. I was like, it took a long time to get all that stuff. I'm not just sending you away here and losing all this gear that I found. So I think after See a Ghost, I'm gonna head into that and kind of play around with that and see what those 2 characters.
She disappeared. Oh no, where'd she go? I'm just gonna share my Lydia so you can see what armor she's in right now. I'm gonna stop sharing. I'll try to get her back. Away.
She disappeared.
Yeah, she walked away or disappeared or something. Oh, there she is. She's sitting at the bar. Oh well, figures.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh well, I'll try again. See what happens. It's armor that comes from this War Zones mod I've been using, which is really cool.
Yeah, I don't think I have any
extra. Still long enough.
I don't have any extra armors on with any of the mods I'm running. I don't believe. Maybe a few things. I think I have like some. This one, and I still have Worm's Tooth on here. Add a few little things, but nothing too crazy, as far as armor goes, anyway.
Nothing wrong with crazy armor.
No, nothing at all.
Nothing wrong with massive dwarven armor.
It's the only problem with as I was saying earlier on. I kind of got sidetracked. I was talking about. Yeah, you get highly rewarded if you take down something really powerful. In turn, once you put, if you do kill them and you pluck the stuff from the body, it's really powerful. Like when I done Dawnbreaker, not only did I get Dawnbreaker the sword, which does massive amounts of damage to undead. I also got his ring, which he had a ring of peerless conjuration, which was a 20% lowering the cost of conjuration spells.
Oh wow.
But the only problem is that where I done Lost to the Ages,
Yeah.
that dwarven armor I'm wearing is end game armor.
That's nice.
So I'm only like level 44, but it's end game. There's so many enchantments. I think there's 6 enchantments on the Curus alone.
Holy cow.
So was it? I think it raises your health and your stamina by 75 points, your magicka by 75 points, makes you immune to most paralyzing effects, makes you immune to most life draining effects,
Hmm.
like the vampire life draining spell, and what's the magical one? Oh, it allows you to cast spells when you're running and even when you're hit. Because
Wow.
he's nerfed that. So if you're sprinting, you can't cast any spells, not unless you have an enchantment on that
To be
allows you
able
to
to do
cast
it.
spells while
Okay.
you're sprinting.
Oh,
Nice.
that's good.
Yeah, can you see Lydia there?
I can do. It's a take on the Stormcloak armor, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a take on the heroic Stormcloak. It's I forget what it's called now. What does she have here? But it's part of Warzones. There's some amazing armors in that mod uh, that you can loot. Some of which is pretty valuable too. Some beautiful Imperial armors. I don't know where he got them all, but they're gorgeous. Um, and
Oh, speaking of which, when you were doing your Requiem playthrough, you went to Markarth, didn't you?
I did, yes.
Yeah. Did you see Vigilant Tyrannus?
Is he the one that does the Boethia thing?
Yeah, more like Balquest. Yeah,
Mollygon, sorry, yeah. Uh,
he
um,
was standing outside. You didn't. Well, you obviously don't remember him.
I usually
His
avoid him at all costs because I don't particularly like that quest anyway. So I jump across the stream there and run up the other side of the stream, and then
I do.
so I don't trigger his dialogue. So
I do that as well, but he was slightly different this time, seeing as he was in legendary full plate steel armor.
ooh,
And legendary in this game, when you make a legendary piece, it changes what it looks like. And all his had all like really detailed filigree all over the armor, and
wow,
all the blank pieces were all buffed up to a perfect high shine. So it was like a reflective shine. It
wow,
was a proper knight's um, armor all over, complete,
wow,
and it was beautiful. And he had a huge silver two-handed great, obviously a two-handed, but a silver great sword with an enchantment on it of does 60 points of damage to Daedra. And can banish weaker Daedra or stuff like that. It has like an amazing enchantment on it.
wow.
But he was a nightmare to try and kill. He was unbelievably tough.
Yeah, when you come back out of the basement there and you have to kill him just inside the
Yes.
door of the house. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, because that's the only fight you have in the entire quest, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess it is.
So he made him unbelievably tough. He was a pain in the ass.
Huh.
I
Wow.
died to him about 6 times, I think, before I finally got him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been this with the war zones. I've been sort of slowly but surely uh, exploring it. It adds battles everywhere across Skyrim, so it adds lots of sort of Civil War oriented battles. As well as some smaller faction battles. You can find little ones occurring here and there as you run around the landscape and sort of random spawns. And they're a lot of fun to play through. They're a little bit buggy occasionally, depending on where they are and what other mods you have sort of that are kind of affecting the same area. But they're pretty cool. It's a lot of fun. I'd recommend it to anybody starting a new playthrough. It's very extensive. Um,
I
so
think I think I had war zones once, and basically it nearly painted the tundra red.
pretty
Wow.
much, you can turn the spawn rates down and the number of battles and the number of NPCs that spawn into the battles. But the big one, like there's some big, huge war zones. The biggest one is out in the tundra, sort of halfway between Whiterun and Warwickstead,
Yep,
and there's siege engines out there.
yep.
He put up these big, giant wooden siege engines that lob, these flaming balls that every once in a while, if you're not careful, will land on you and kill you instantaneously. Um,
Goodness gracious.
uh, but they're fun. So anyway,
Yeah, I'm still not really using any armor, so I still have that one. What is it called? Miracle enchantment to do for Ordinator, where you get 3 enchantments on one piece.
oh wow,
So I've been holding on to that, trying to decide what I'm going to do with it and how I'm going to work
Lording,
it.
yeah,
What's that?
lording it over everybody.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, what am I going to do? Because I have the robes. What are they called? Savos Aran's robes. And they have 3 enchantments on them. So I thought maybe boots or something, or fire, shock, and frost on it. But I haven't quite decided yet. But I think I can also do a workaround where I can get more than one thing with multiple enchantments on it. Because if I get that black book where you can reallocate your perk points, unless that's changed with Ordinator, I don't know. If I get
I don't
that,
think Ordinator changes stuff like that, does it?
I don't think so. I don't think it changes the in-game stuff. I think it's just
Yeah,
a perk overhaul.
yeah,
yeah. So then I can Oh, I just got shot in the face again. I can I can reallocate the points one below it, and then re-get that again, because I would assume it would be the same as going legendary and getting it again.
Yeah, but doesn't he say that you can only have it once?
Yeah, I didn't know if that would be a workaround though. I don't know if I could cheat the system that way or not. That's what I want to kind of find out. So that was part of the reason I was heading to Dragonborn, was because I wanted to get that black book where you can. Was it at the end you can reallocate the points? Correct.
Yes, you have to. It's the reward for killing Mirek, so you have to
Yeah,
go through the entire thing. Yeah.
and then you can go back there multiple times and reallocate them, right?
Yes, at the cost of dragon souls.
Yeah, yeah. Which I have, I don't know, like 20 or 30. So
yeah.
that's
It's
not a
like
problem.
6 Dragon Souls or something like that to do that, isn't it? It's pretty expensive that way.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem though, because I run across dragons a lot. So
Yeah, yeah. I haven't been able to. I don't know whether it's now. As far as spawning dragons goes, first obviously you have to kill Murmilnir, uh, but do they not start really spawning until after you've done the, is it Blade in the Dark, I think, quest with Delphine over by Kynes Grove?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's yeah, because even after you battle at the tower, they don't really pop up around the world until that one, I believe.
Okay, all right, that's kind of what I thought, because I was wondering why I wasn't getting any dragons yet.
Yeah, because I think I've played it where I've done the watchtower just to be able to do something in Whiterun,
Yeah.
and it still didn't activate spawning anywhere else
Okay.
without starting out going to Kynes Grove and doing that one there.
Yeah, I think I'm going to turn down all the war zones spawns before I start that up, and also before I start up the Civil War overhaul in earnest, because it's all. I have the feeling I'm going to have a giant train wreck if I'm not careful later on in the game. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to really extending this game for a very long time. So I'm taking it slow with stuff like that. But
I had a bit of a moany thing about Requiem. You're better at stuff like reading the stuff on mods. Victor, did you know?
I am. Okay.
Yes.
You say so.
Did you know that Requiem does not cover Dragonborn?
Oh, really?
No, I did not know that.
right? I
In
was
what way
thinking
does
like
it not cover Dragonborn?
he's done nothing. He's done nothing with Dragon Ball. With Souls Time, he's done nothing to it. So it's still, if you go to Souls Time, it's all vanilla. He hasn't changed any of the dungeons, any of the enemies. So
Oh,
now, if I go over to Souls Time, I'm going to be incredibly overpowered for Souls Time
oh, huh.
because I was reading something somewhere in a post, and then this guy says, "Oh, well, you'd have to get the patch if you want to go and do Dragonborn," and some other guy has created a patch that is sort of like adds on to Requiem that he has changed. He's Requiemified it, I think they call it.
Oh,
Requiemified.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, and it was like, oh, okay. And then this other guy was like, well, it would have been nice if you had to, like, let us know that you didn't cover Dragonborn. He goes, I'm like level 40 or 50 now, so there's no point in me going over there.
Oh yeah, you just
And
roll right through it. It won't even be.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it was Ogre Boss replied to him. I think Ogre Boss is the guy who done Requiem.
Yeah, one of
Said,
them.
yeah, he said, oh, well, when you were loading it up, it said, make sure you have Dawnguard loaded in. Obviously, that's a perfectly good enough sign to tell you that it doesn't cover Dragonborn, and it doesn't cover whatchamacallit, what's the other Hearthfires. So
Oh
anything that's
really?
covered by Hearthfires, he doesn't cover. So all the house calls, was it Raya at Falkreath?
Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah.
She never showed up. I became Thane, and the guy said, and what's his name says, oh, and I grant you this house call. She never appeared.
And you think that's because of Requiem?
Yeah, it's one of the other bugs. You have to have a patch for it.
Oh, okay. And he thinks
Um,
that just because he said Dawnguard, that it means that everybody's going to infer that that means it doesn't cover Hearthfire and Dragonborn. Yeah, that's kind
yes.
of ridiculous. He's probably getting a little snippy about being asked that question 6 billion times.
Yeah, probably that's
Yeah.
Well, and furthermore, theoretically, Requiem is still in right now 1.93 point whatever. There is a Requiem 2.0 in the works, so one can only assume that
Oh, is
that
there?
will be part. Yeah, that will be part of that whole thing. So yeah, he took it over from the original author of Requiem, and I can't remember who that was, but yeah, Ogre Boss took it over, and he's got a team of people working on it with him. So that is kind of too bad, though.
Yeah, that was just my only gripe was
Yeah.
when it came up and it said make sure you have Dawnguard loaded in before you run the patcher or something like that. And this is what this guy said in his post was like, you could have just put in the notes on the mod page that it doesn't cover Dragonborn.
Yeah.
And I was clearly agreeing with this other guy, and then Ogavas just went, well, no, well, duh. Didn't it say that, I was like, no, that doesn't clearly say you don't cover Dragonborn.
Yeah. Oh well, it seems to him anyway, because he wrote it. Yeah. Oh well.
Oh, that's weird. Did it wouldn't cover Hearthfire though?
Yeah, I sort of like I read through about 3/4 of most posts, and then get the gist of what they're talking about, and then sort of like so like
Well,
pull from that.
one of my gripes with the Nexus and their were you talking about the Nexus post or was this somewhere else?
I usually cold search it into Google, and sometimes it
Okay.
takes me to Nexus, and sometimes it'll take me to the Reddits, the subreddits.
Yeah, I mean the posts on the mod pages on Nexus are not searchable. So you might have like 273 pages of posts or something like that, but you can't search for the item you want, and certainly not about to read through that many posts. So that can be a pain in the butt. So yeah, so
And 90% of it is people putting in their load order and then never getting a reply. So
right, yeah, exactly, yeah, or yeah. Or I have 500 conflicting mods that I read I wasn't supposed to use, but I did anyway. Can you help me? Yeah. So,
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's some real classics with that stuff. Some guy actually posted on Reddit, and he had loaded like Perma and Skyrim and Spurg or something like that. And he was complaining that nothing worked, and yeah.
Yeah, there might be a reason for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know who it was, but whoever sold you a computer needs to be.
That's right. Yeah. Hopefully, they'll never have any children.
Oh,
Oh dear.
Mm.
Um,
Did I get to it about how I'm too overpowered now? Well, not that I'm too overpowered. I still because I've started Dawnguard, and the master vampires are kicking. Well, I say master vampires. I can only assume that they're master vampires because he's taken the names away from everything.
oh, okay. So it's just vampire, and then you don't know what level it is.
It is, yeah. So you be fighting a Drogo. You have to be able to get a good look at him to find out whether he's a Drogo Deathlord, because you can tell them pretty distinct because they'll have the helmets with the two horns sticking up, but you don't know whether it's the was it the guy with the ebony bow, because he'll one shot you.
Oh yeah.
But I haven't met a single Drogo yet that doesn't have an ancient Nord weapon on him. You'd have leveled ones like the honed ones and the honed one of frost or of ice and stuff like that. But I haven't met a single one yet that's got any ebony equipment. I don't know whether he completely took it away from them.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you need to be like level 60 or something. No, because they don't level, right? They're all fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. I
So,
don't know. So what's your feeling? I mean, do you feel like now that you're really getting up there in Requiem that you are going to be like totally OP by the end of it?
well, yeah, I'm already OP for the bandits, and
Right. Yeah.
they literally don't stand a chance. I'm not even taking into any consideration of them at all. I'm just running through, and then I'll just cast 2 Storm Atronachs. And then I've got Lydia with me usually, and now I've got Serana with me as well. And she's got a humongously powerful Raise Dead spell. The bloody thing lasts for about half an hour.
Huh. Wow. Talk about the 2 women in the game that have the least concept of personal space. Oh God.
At one point, when I was chopping wood, Lydia was standing on me. She was standing on my shoulders because she stood on the back of the axe while I was about to chop, and it lifted her up into the air, and she landed on my shoulders as I was chopping wood.
That's great.
I was going, please.
I wish there was some way to affect that.
But what was I going to say? Yeah, so those are the 2 guys that go with me, and she keeps on losing Dawnbreaker. So I've taken off her, and I've given her I've forgotten his name. Red Eagle's Bane.
Oh
yeah, the Red Eagle sword, yeah.
So that's got a lot of flame damage on it. So, and they've done it. He changed that as well. So, when you go in, it's got is fire damage. When you go in and kill Red Eagle, which he was really unbelievably easy, but that's because Lydia has Dawnbreaker. I think she like 3-shotted him before he came down.
Yeah, he was pretty easy. I did Red Eagle in my Requiem playthrough, and he wasn't that hard, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and then when you come back out and pick the sword back up again, it had the second enchantment on it. So I think it still does. No, it does. It turns on dead now and does 15 points of unresistible damage. So it goes right through their armor and it turns them as well. So she can have that. She's not having Dawnbreaker back. I had to console it back to me because she lost it again and I couldn't find it. It was in a dragon fight that she somehow got disarmed in a dragon fight. I don't know how that's possible.
That still irritates me, that disarming. It's just something I guess you have to get used to and learn the tactics for playing with it. But I find it really irritating.
I don't mind it when they disarm me, because I know I've been disarmed, so I'll stand there and I'll go and look for the fucking thing. But if they disarm your follower, they're not going to turn around and say to you, "Hey, I've dropped my sword. Can you help me look for it?" No,
Yep.
they just pick up the nearest iron dagger and carry on going
Yeah.
until the next 6 levels, and then you turn around. Oh, let me see if that sword needs charging up, and there you go. It's bloody gone.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, that's funky. The disarm shout.
Well, and it's not just that. In Requiem, it's not a disarm shout.
It's just they in the battle they can disarm you.
Well, yeah, particularly if you're using early on, if you're using like a wooden bow, it's not just disarm; they can actually break
Destroy
the
it.
bow.
Okay.
Even just a wolf. I mean, a wolf will jump you, and boom! All of a sudden, your bow's gone, and you're like, uh-oh.
Oh man.
And you can't run away very fast because Requiem takes that away from you too, and it also introduces some major stagger. So you're sort of wobbling back and forth, trying to turn around and run, but your stamina's all gone because you were using it to draw your bow, and now the bow's broken and you're dead. That's Requiem. So
you know how I was saying about the smithing, how it was actually grindy. I know you don't like the grind, but I was grinding smithing. I got up to about level 50, which gave me, can't remember what it was. I think I could do. There was some perk I wanted that was level 50. It wasn't Orcish because I was just going to bypass Orcish. But that was it. It allowed me to make jewelry at level 50. And I thought, well, yeah, that'll help me sort of like, speed up my smithing a little bit better. So I carried on for a few more quests, and I took the lock picking. I've got all the lock pickings now, all the up to master, and so I find loads and loads of gems. I went, and I think it was level 53 smithing, and I went out and I went from level 50 something to 100 in one sitting.
wow.
In probably about half an hour, just through making jewelry.
Wow.
Nice.
Because I made one, what should I call it, diamond ring, and it went up a level and 3/4.
Nice.
So
I've been doing that with enchanting because I'm using Winter Mist, and it does some similar things to enchantments, and also drops a lot of pretty cool new enchanted gear into the level lists. And so if you pick up something really good and disenchanted, yeah, it'll bump you like 2 levels. So I like level 40 just from disenchanting stuff. I haven't even enchanted my first thing yet.
well, Requiem will mess you over in that because you get no experience from disenchanting stuff.
Right. Yep. Yeah. Well, screw Requiem. No, it's funny. It's because it has a lot of similarities. Not there's no direct corollary, but similarities in terms of the way it affects your gameplay to the new survival mode in Fallout 4. You really have to rethink everything.
Yeah.
And have completely different strategies.
Plan out ahead of time. Think about it. Yeah.
And my mistake early on with Requiem was going in there and saying, "Oh, this is pretty cool," and then trying to play the game the same way I always had, and it was just frustrating and pissed me off. And then I thought, "Well, this is stupid. Why, you're doing it wrong," like Steve Jobs said.
Oh man.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's a much more patient way of playing.
Yeah, in a lot of ways. So.
Which I'm learning in survival mode, but
Yeah.
Have you when you used Ordinator, did you ever go up any of the other trees, like the archery one or anything?
Let's see where I am right now. Well, first of all, I know you understand, but anybody listening has to understand that Victor usually plays to about level 20 and then gets bored and starts something else. So
I figured you had to have one character in there somewhere that ventured somewhere up.
Yeah, no, not really.
No.
Let's see where I am in archery right now with this guy. He's only level 17, by the way.
Oh, there you go.
This one I really do intend to take a long distance with. So, but so I'll go to at least level 18. So no, I haven't. But there's some pretty cool stuff in archery, like trick arrows and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
that's
Yeah.
why I kind of want to try it before I scrap this one and reload a bunch of stuff. I kind of want to experience everything with Ordinator before I go away from it.
Well, there's also stuff that kind of hurts my brain. Like, here's a good one. Yeah. Shooting a target beyond 25 feet 3 times, leaving less than 2.75 seconds between each hit, deals bonus damage equal to 15% of the target's current health, max 150 damage, and knocks the target off its feet. And I'm thinking,
Is this
I
a
need
calculus class?
Sorry, I'm not taking that perk because I don't understand it.
That is a complicated perk right there.
It's a perma level complicated perk,
Oh man.
So that's where Requiem does shine in a lot of ways. The perk trees are very simple, very well thought out, and each perk really is effective and has real meaning. Don't you think, Colin? I mean, they're really. I mean, you may not like all of them, but they're really integrated well.
Yes. Was it like I was saying about the lock picking? Lock picking, I've got up to 100, and there's only 4 perks in it. So
yeah.
got the first one that allows you to do up to adept locks. Then the second one that allows you to do expert locks. And then you've got one off to the side, which allows you to get more stuff more loot out of everything that you open. And then the last one is master lock picking.
Yeah.
And that's it. So you can get a lot easier stuff. I was trying to see, let's have a look. I actually have been using marksmanship. And he's got quite a few crossbow perks in there.
Oh, nice.
I was talking about the last time. So let's see, you got the precise aim, and the one I'm looking for, I'm currently 50 in marksmanship, a miracle in of itself. And you have familiar yourself with the mechanics of a crossbow, and this knowledge allow you to reload it significantly faster. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm 10 levels away from that. But where I'm getting tougher and tougher, I'm using the crossbow less and less.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you'd really need it once you get up to really high levels. And I'm wondering, I mean, if he really means significantly, because isn't there a similar perk in the vanilla game, and it really doesn't do a damn thing. I mean,
yeah, where you can reload faster.
Yeah, and it doesn't really reload that much faster, does it?
It doesn't seem to me anyway.
So. One of the things about, Ordinator, and I haven't really explored this in detail, but since the mod author of Ordinator also created Winter Mist, Thunderchild, Imperious, and 2 other, Dwemertech, and 2 or 3 other really big mods like that. There are perks in Ordinator that sort of integrate with all those other mods as well. So if you're playing a game with all of his or her mods together, it might be pretty interesting, which is what I'm trying to do here. So maybe I'll discover some.
There was one thing I was just saying about it. The leveling of certain stuff that you do, like crafting, seems to level up unbelievably fast. Like I said, with the smithing and the enchanting. Enchanting, I'm currently at 80, and that's just through enchanting stuff. Well, I say enchanting stuff. Every piece of jewelry that I smithed, I enchanted.
Yeah, that's a good. But is it? But I thought in Requiem the value was counted less. But doesn't. So I was wrong.
What did you mean?
Well, I mean, isn't that in the vanilla game? I mean, it's what the item is worth that determines how much you level from it, right?
Yep.
I thought vanilla that changed in Requiem.
Yeah, no, I just enchanted everything that I made.
Oh, okay. So it's just
I was just enchanting it. Yeah, I was just sheer volume of stuff.
Okay.
because I made like I think that at one point there's a flawless no, I think it's like a jeweled amulet or something like that, and I had enough stuff to make 36 of them. So I enchanted all at 36 of those and a load of other crap. So that's how I
Yeah.
got to level 18 and thing.
Nice.
But was it? I've been using conjuration from like the moment I started this game, and conjuration is level 67. I started using alteration at around about 11, level 15 odd. Alteration is now level 66.
Interesting.
Wow.
Do you have a feeling of for why?
Yeah, I don't, because every time I come up against an enemy, now most of the time throughout my whole playthrough, I will summon up a creature, and I'll also summon up my bound sword,
Uh-huh.
and then I get into a fight, and then in my left hand I will pull out the I've forgotten what it's called, the mage armor.
Okay.
So like Iron Flesh, the similar ones to those. So I've only been using those, but he has added a few more of them where I can put Mage Armor onto Lydia and Mage Armor onto followers.
Oh, so you can cast a spell at her and it gives her whatever. Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, I haven't been using. I don't think I've been using Alteration more than I have Conjuration. I think I still use Conjuration a lot more, but the Alteration is just gaining it's about to overtake Conjuration.
Huh.
So I think he's actually made Conjuration a little bit slower. Because now in every fight, if it's a big enough fight, I'll conjure up 2 Storm Atronachs.
Hmm.
So yeah, that should get you loads of experience every time you conjure one of those in a fight. But I seem to be getting more just by casting Mage Armor.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start a new character to do the other ones because it's just I'm too far along in this one to switch over to archery. Probably. I think I'm at where am I? I'm actually not that high level because I've kind of stopped leveling because I'm just using stuff that I'm already 100 in. So I'm only level 41, creeping up to 42.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
you could go legendary in conjuration or something like that, and then go off and concentrate in something else.
Yeah, that would be the most likely thing I would do. And I can go legendary and enchanting as well because I focused on that real heavy in the beginning. Everything else is kind of down in the 20s except for like sneak and lockpick things you just inadvertently level up.
Yeah.
I haven't really concentrated on smithing either. I don't really know what's in that smithing tree. Smithing mastery, Merrick smithing, Elven Dwarven. And there is some different stuff in there too.
Yep. Yeah. I usually in the ordinator a lot of times stuff like that I take the first two the first perk usually has 2 levels. I try to take those first and then just sort of work off that. So I haven't done much of anything in smithing.
Yeah, I haven't done really any smithing. I made jewelry. That was the only thing that was leveling me up actually.
Yeah.
And I haven't put much into the sneak tree. I've gone up to sneak attack and that's it. Since and there seems to be quite a bit in there as well.
Now, why would like this counterfeit, for instance, perk in the smithing tree for ordinator, you can smelt gold ingots into 250 gold at smelters. Now, why would you do that when gold ingots are generally worth more than that?
Are they worth more than that?
Well, maybe it's just because of whatever mods I have running, but yeah, they're usually worth more than that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I forget exactly how much they're worth. I don't think I have any on me. Yeah, counterfeit. Yeah, smelt into. I guess if you really, but that's a lot of work to get 250 gold.
That's true.
Well, unless you get the iron ore and then transmute it, and then there's also that as well.
Ooh, right.
Where you can really build it if you need cash. But yeah, there's always that tipping point in the game where you go from almost no money to way too much money within like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
It seems like. I don't know. Gold doesn't seem all that important generally in the game. because you can get it so quickly if you really need to.
Yeah, they've done the reverse in whatchamacallit, in Rec Room. You can melt septums down into a gold ingot.
That's a good idea because then you can craft with it.
Yeah, the complete crafting overhaul mod does that. Allows you to smelt things down like that. So
Yeah, that does seem like an interesting way to go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get more into it as I play along. Once I, but I'm definitely gonna go through Dragonborn with my army. I kind of like. I have. I can also conjure dragon priests,
ooh.
but I have to. For some reason, I can't conjure them from a distance, like I can with everything else, because I have the perks where you can conjure from whatever X amount away, and but those I have to be relatively close to be able to do them. That's the only thing, but they are incredibly useful, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was added in by Wormstooth, actually, if I'm not mistaken, because I think I
Really?
found that book there or something.
Cool.
So I'm still hanging on to that since it's no longer around.
Yeah. Don't erase it.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna keep it there because it adds some nice little things and nice little touches besides the quests that I kind of
Huh.
like some
Yeah, that's what's bad about
some Oblivion type spells and things like that. Like
Yeah.
ease burden and things like that.
Yeah.
I miss those a little bit in Skyrim. It's nice to have a little 100 extra carry weight without drinking a potion.
Right. Yep.
And they don't last long, so it's not like overpowered or anything. In Oblivion, they lasted a pretty short amount of time, actually.
Yeah, didn't you used to be able to? You'd run faster as well, didn't you?
Yeah, yep. You'll be able to go fit. Yeah.
Yeah, I was casting that constantly.
I constantly, ease burden was like right on there for me. I was constantly going with that.
Yeah, if you run faster and you run everywhere in Oblivion because there's no poxy carriages.
Yeah, you run and you jump everywhere because you got to
Yeah.
build up your jump skill. You got to build up what was it, acrobatics or whatever it was at that point, whatever it was called there. I forget what it was called, but yeah, run and jump. That's what you do. But be careful when you're running downhill,
Yes, absolutely.
because your character, was it acrobatics? Is that what it was called, or something like that? But as he got better at it, or they would jump higher and further.
She ended up jumping down an entire mountain.
Yeah, so like you jump and all of a sudden you're like, oh, that's a little too far. Dead.
Oops.
Yeah, but if you caught it early enough, you could reverse the jump and go back up there.
Yeah, which is also weird. But yeah, it's magic. It's magic. What do you want, Oh, I still need to set up my 360 to play that again. I mean, I have Oblivion on the PC, but I like the native controller for it on 360. It's just simpler. I have it mapped for here, but there's some things that are a little funky where I have to go to the keyboard to do them. So, and at this point, I don't know if I could learn to use the mouse and keyboard. I'm just beyond that age, I think.
So you're playing PC Skyrim with a controller?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Which actually is pretty smooth. I haven't really developed any issues with it.
Yeah. As long as you don't mind the the inventory. Are you using Sky UI?
No, I'm still using the vanilla, which is it's a little clunky getting through the inventory, but at this point, whatever, 2,000 hours in, if I'm not used to it by now, I mean.
Yeah, I mean the only issue with not using Sky UI is you don't get the MCM for various mods you're using. But
yeah. I haven't loaded that in for this playthrough yet. I was gonna wait to redo a lot of that stuff whenever I was gonna completely redo everything.
Yeah, I was having a long discussion because my kids and I were playing Guild Wars 2 earlier in the week, and in that game, and I've been using gaming on PCs for a long time, and so I'm so that mouse look and keyboard combination is so sort of ingrained into my brain, and in Guild Wars, you have to. It's like World of Warcraft. You have to hold down the right mouse button in order to free look with the mouse.
Oh.
Drives me crazy. And then you get used to it after doing it for about 10 or 15 minutes. And then you stop playing Guild Wars for a while and you go back to Skyrim and, you're drawing weapons and it's like,
Oh yeah.
really, really annoying. There's absolutely no reason for that. I mean, ESO doesn't require that. It's not an MMO thing. I just don't understand the reasoning behind that. But, it drives me crazy.
I was thinking of like things that they add that you forget stuff. Is I forgot that Requiem adds what is it, bull rushing?
Yes.
If you're in heavy armor, if you sprint and you bang into somebody, it knocks them on the ass.
Yeah.
And the guards don't like that. They charge you 500 bones if you do that.
Ooh, ouch.
Oh really?
Luckily, about 2 minutes before that, I had just become Thane of Riften. So I went, be on your way, boy.
Oh man.
And carried on my way without having to pay a 500 septum fine.
Well, that's good.
Do you think they'll ever go back to calling them septums? I guess it depends on where the game is set, is what the difference is.
They're called septums in my game because he's changed it.
Yeah, they've changed. Yeah. They were septums in Oblivion, right? Or was it Morrowind the last time? I thought they were in Oblivion.
I don't think I remember playing it enough to remember. I don't think.
What was the mod that changed the? I mean, the coins you find in the dungeons, for instance, aren't really septums because they predate.
Yeah, that's true because they're
septum, right? So
ancient Nordic, yeah.
But I can't remember what they called them. Doubloons or something. I don't remember.
No, he's called them all septums in Requiem.
Yeah.
That's good lore immersion though, at least.
I guess.
But although, yeah, they wouldn't be in the hidden in the depths of a dungeon. It was long before that.
Yeah.
Well, unless the bandits hid them in there. Yeah, who knows?
That's right. There's bandits sneaking around. It's like a big Easter egg hunt.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's their practice area.
Yeah.
I was actually somewhere. Where was I? That was it. I was doing the Dwemer dungeon that's in Markarth, the one that's beneath the city.
Oh yeah.
And that one was a pain in the ass. It was a nightmare. Because you're trying to avoid the farmer, you're trying to avoid the dwarven machines, everything. So I get right to the end, get into the last room. I pull the lever, it opens the back gate, and I walk around the car, and there's a dead bandit right in front of the treasure chest. He got all the way there.
Oh man!
Way. And then he opened the chest, which was, I think it was booby trapped.
And he died.
Poor guy.
And I was like, you poor bastard. He got all the way there. He even got to the treasure chest. He was going to get it loaded and be sorted for life because there was a load of crap in that treasure chest. He got all the way there and then just dead. Just thinking, poor bastard.
Of course, if he'd been alive when you got there, you would have killed him anyway. So.
Yes, yeah, true. But no, I just thought it was kind of poetic.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I think so. I started conjuring some dragon priests, and the best thing about that is they also conjure stuff. So you get like a 2-for-1. They'll conjure Storm Atronax and stuff. So it's basically if you conjure one thing, they'll conjure something else also. So you get multiple.
Wow. Basically,
you get double the effect because you're getting 2-for-1.
Buy one, get one free.
Yeah. So that was a nice little feature of conjuring now.
That is pretty cool.
I used to do that in the vanilla games. I used to give my follower, whoever it was, a staff of conjuration, something. And oh, was it? That was what I was going to say. I when I was doing the Mages Guild quest, I went to Felglow Keep very early on, and before I even started Mages, because I was thinking they're all just a bunch of mages, so they only have clothes on. I've got a crossbow, so I'm going to be able to basically, one or two shot and with a decent poison. But no, they kicked my ass. But the ones that I did kill had Atronach Forge recipes on them,
Oh, nice.
and that mod has made one of the most cool-looking things that never ever gets used in the vanilla game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
really,
know.
it would be nice to have the forge actually be meaningful.
And it was, because I still haven't gotten to the perk of where I should be allowed to use Storm or Frost Atronachs. They're level 75 perks. So I shouldn't
Ah,
technically, I shouldn't have the spells. But I
yeah.
found the Atronach Forge recipes for an Atronach, Storm Atronach and Frost Atronach spell tomes.
Huh.
And then gathered the ingredients and then went to the Mages College and went down to the ring and then summoned them all up.
Huh.
So it made it very, very useful. The only thing is that you need. I've got loads of stuff for the Daedric stuff, the Daedric armor, Daedric boots, Daedric battle axes. But you need the sigil stone, don't you, to be able to get it to work for Daedric stuff. And you don't get that until you're 100 in, or it's either 90 or 100 in conjuration. So
Wow.
that's a
Oh,
long way
yeah,
off.
yeah. Until you do the whatever expert level or master level, whatever it's called.
Yeah, the
I don't think I've ever taken the Mages College all the way to the end. So
Well, and then you can get each level. There's that quest for whatever spell. I guess it's got to be master level of
Yeah, it's
X,
the
Y, and
master
Z.
level
Yeah.
stuff. Like you got the alteration one where you have to. I think you've done the alteration one, haven't you, Victor? You got the dragon scales with Kassavin's Fang.
I don't remember. I might have.
Yeah, because that's the one
Oh.
where you get
Well, I mean,
dragon.
I've completed the basic Mages College quest, but I don't think I've ever taken all the master level stuff.
Hmm.
Um,
I might not have
Yeah.
done. I don't know if I've done the restoration master level.
You have to go and see the ogre of Dunlane.
Yeah, I don't know if I.
again, or is that?
Yeah. No,
Oh wow.
again,
Oh okay. Never.
Yeah, I think that's one I haven't actually done.
it's a fun one. You want to do that one? It's a real fun one.
Huh.
I'm gonna have to go do that. You know, I may have done it like my original playthrough, and that's about
Yeah,
it.
because you would have gotten had to go all the way to because you're doing the 81, weren't you?
Yeah, I maxed out everything, so I definitely was at 100. I must have done it, but I mean, how long ago was that at this point?
Yeah.
4.5 years ago or whatever.
Good lord.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't remember 4.5 years ago. Sad to say, but
No.
I'm sure something happened, and I'm sure it was really fun, but I don't remember it.
Yeah.
There was another couple of things I wanted to moan before we go. Was in Requiem. There's a couple of things that instantly kill you, which I think is kind of annoying because you just instantly drop dead when you're just doing a normal thing. Like I tasted a particular ingredient
Oh no.
Yes.
and I just dropped down dead to the floor.
Oh no.
Can I guess which one it is?
Go for it.
Vampire dust.
Yep.
Yep. Same here.
Oh man.
And I was like, "You asshole! Who would?" And I was right in the middle of a fucking dungeon too.
Oh.
I actually think it was Felglow Keep because they have those old vampires in the cages, don't they?
Oh yeah. Down below they have the vamps in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
And
they do.
were. Yeah. So, and then the other one is I done the razor for my
Oh,
runes Dagon.
yep.
And I got through there and I was like, you know how I don't know, in vanilla game when you kill the Dremor that come out, you can take the weapons but you can't take their armor because
Yeah.
I don't know they're grown in armor or something like that.
Right.
No, kill them, look on them, full set of Daedric armor, And I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" So I pull it off. I try on the Daedric armor, drop down dead,
That's awesome. I love it.
and I didn't save.
Yeah.
So I had to kill the
God.
Daedra again.
Is that because you don't have the right perk, or I assume, or what? I mean,
No, there has life draining effects on it, which sucks the life out of you.
Oh.
So I found that enchantment that says, you know, the one I was talking about earlier on the Dwarven Cuirass. I found it on an amulet, which says resists most life draining effects. So I was like, yes, I put that on, and I put the Daedric armor on, drop down.
Oops.
Oh man. That's
Yeah, so you can't steal a Dremor's armor; it kills you.
oh.
Yeah,
I
the
tried-
vampire dust one I discovered in the towards the end of a very long crafting session in which I was tasting many ingredients and making all kinds of stuff, and it dropped dead, and I lost all that time. It was really pissed me off. But yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's not fun.
I even tried loads of different stuff. Like I tried having a human heart in my inventory. Maybe to put the armor on, you had to sacrifice a human heart.
Oh yeah.
I tried eating the heart. That didn't work. So there's probably some.
Did you figure a way around the vampire dust?
No, that's dwarven armor. One of the pieces on it has immune to disease and poisons.
Oh.
And taste the vampire dust, drop down dead.
Huh.
So how does one? I haven't explored this. How does one discover what the attributes of vampire dust are then?
I mixed them all up, so I've got all of them apart from the very first one.
Oh, okay.
So there must be somewhere where there's an ingredient where I haven't mixed it with.
Yeah. So
because it can't be decay, and it can't be affliction because I already mixed it with stuff that has decay, which are the ones that are life draining effects.
Right.
There must be another one somewhere, some other ingredient that has some other effect on it that we haven't found yet. Maybe it's probably going to be in Dawnguard. I'm thinking maybe one of the Gleam Blossoms, or what's those things that are called?
Yeah.
The puffball things that explode in Dawnguard.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, what are they called? I forget. They're in the cave, right?
Yes,
gem blossoms?
Sorry?
Are they gem blossoms or something?
Something like that.
No, the gleam blossoms are the little ones that.
Gleam blossoms. Gem blossoms.
They're the bell blums. Let's just leave it like that. So, like, there's people listening to the podcast just screaming at their iPhones.
You idiots!
It's cold! You idiots!
Have you never gone through what is that place called again? That cave, whatever it is.
The Darkfall cave.
Darkfall. That's it. Are they? No, they're on the way to that big open area with all the damn Falmer and the double dragons and the ice, and I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah,
it's Forgotten Valley or something.
Forgotten Glade or something like that.
Forgotten Vale. Yeah, Forgotten Vale.
Vale.
I think it's Darkfall Cave that you go through to get there.
To get there, yeah.
Yeah, that's where I always get lost in that stupid ravine with all the Falmer.
Climb
up around ladders and stuff like that. Oh my god, I always get lost in there.
It's so easy to get turned around because you have to get to all those different ones, and it's so easy to accidentally go the wrong way and lose track.
Yeah.
I always miss the first one, I feel like, and have to backtrack. So it's a big pain. But yeah.
Yeah, my plan is always to harvest and murder everything in the area. So if I have to backtrack and go over it, if there's a stuff alive and unharvested there, then I haven't been there yet. So
That's how you know where you've been.
Yeah. Process of elimination.
There you go. That's a good way to
Yeah.
do it.
I would start. Oh no, that's in really bad taste.
Yes, and oh dear.
Yeah, I haven't done Dawnguard since we did it for the round table, actually.
Yep, I haven't either.
I think that was the last time I did it. Andrew's crossing his fingers. He thinks there's going to be some more DLC announced. I'm like, no.
For Skyrim?
Yeah.
Uh,
that's his E3 wish.
yeah. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. It would be
Maybe.
nice. I don't think it's happening.
Or maybe mods. I don't know. Maybe they're going to
Yeah, I mean,
allowing mods for it.
if they're figuring ES6 maybe an announcement next year, fingers crossed, then maybe they would go the Skyrim on Xbox One this year,
Yeah,
ahead of time.
that would make sense.
I assumed it would come out the year before whenever they announce 6. That would be my assumption anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be kind of cool, but I seriously doubt it. But adding mod capabilities to the Xbox, if not other console, would do a lot to extend people's interest in the game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, if you could play all those like DLC type mods, even that adds a lot of playability to it.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing if they decide to make an MMO out of Fallout. I think that would be kind of cool.
That would be interesting. Yeah. Well, how would it be though? With seeing the only thing that would be odd would be so many people in the world at once.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
In something that's supposed to be so desolate, that would seem a bit odd. I don't know how you would work around that.
Well, I mean, it works. It kind of. I mean, I think if they did, it would be they'd probably aim it more towards the H1Z1 type of thing than ESO type of thing. So a real survival kind of MMO.
Yeah.
Maybe that works.
That might work.
Because those worlds feel semi-desolate. If you can go into like DayZ or H1Z1, it's Rust. If you can survive more than 30 seconds without getting griefed, but that's the big problem with those survival things. What's that, Colin?
Jeremy would love that game where everybody's at the cliff.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
kind
heard.
of like things like ESO and also Guild Wars. It's a lot more congenial.
I couldn't believe that when he was talking about that those two assholes was just standing out there outside the spawn point
And just killing them over and over, right?
Yeah.
People live for that. It's like it ruins the game for everybody else, but it's fun for them. Yeah.
That was an ESO, right? Or was that in the division?
That was in the division.
The division, that's what it was. Yeah. That's right. Jeez. Yeah, that kind of kills any fun in the game.
I mean, that kind of thing really can't happen in ESO, right? It's
you got they can't wait right outside the spawn point. Well, they can if they get a big enough group. They can come to you, but they kind of work that into the game because you can all see them coming. Obviously, they can go into sneak and they're invisible, but if you get within 10 foot of them, you can see them.
Uh-huh.
But in Cyrodiil, if you're out in the wilds, if they're in sneak, they're invisible. You can't see them until you get right up close. And you have these people who go through the Imperial City, where it's a PvP and PvE area.
Okay.
And you'll get these guys that run through the sewers, and they're super powerful because they've grinded like nutters and have like 500 champion points. And they're called gankers. And what you'll do is that you'll be in a group of about 6 or 7 or 12 or something like that, and you'll be running through, and you'll be in the middle of a fight. and then the ganker will get the last guy as he's running through, walk up right behind him, and then sort of like lay a huge smackdown on him, kill him instantly, and then run off. And then the entire group chases after the. Well, supposedly your group will go chase after him and try and sort of like kill him. Sometimes they don't care; they just carry on running and leave you ganked lying on the floor. But that depends on the group that you're with. Yeah. Obviously, if you're in a guild, then no, the guild's going to sort of like have your back and go hunt them down and try and sort of like destroy the ganker.
Yeah.
But there's some players in there that are so powerful that a single player could wipe out an entire group of 12 to 15 players.
Oh wow!
But that only happens in the PvP areas, right? So it's
yes,
yeah, so.
yeah. Unless you're only in Cyrodiil is PvP, and then in the Imperial City it's PvP and PvE. So what they can do in the Imperial City is that you'll be in the middle of a fight with a huge boss who will take an entire team to beat, and then the ganker will fly in and then kill a few 2 or 3 people while they're in midst fight with the boss.
Oh, okay.
That's so.
It doesn't sound like fun, but you do get used to it, and it's a lot of fun when you actually like turn your back on them and the entire group, because you can have like a chat, like you have the chat screen.
Oh yeah.
And you just put on the group, we've got a goddamn ganker in our sewers, and then everybody, or like if they're not in the middle of doing something, eventually we'll all group together and sort of like, right, he's not in this room, he's not in this room, and they'll hunt him down and then kick his ass. Because I think they're only go in there for the fight. They're not in there to sort of like get money and get stones. I don't think. Everybody else thinks it is that they can go in there and steal your stones. But I think it's just to go in there and do the fun, because they keep on coming back again and again and again until you kill them. And then once you kill them, then they go. They might come back, but usually after you kill them, they go, all right, screw this, and then they go back. So I think they're doing it for the fun.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I guess everybody enjoys it different ways. That makes sense.
It's not fun when it's because it's happened to me a few times where I'll be run along and you'll just get around the middle of a boss fight, and somebody from a foreign team will just come out of absolutely nowhere and just lay the smackdown like 3 hits, really strong hits, one after the other, and you're still trying to block from a boss's thing, so it just wipes you out. And that really, really, really annoys you. But it doesn't interfere with your enjoyment of the game, because somehow it sort of like, becomes a part of the game.
That makes sense.
You get over it is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. You just you adapt to it and play through it.
The only ones I can't get over is the people who put crap in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's got to get. Well, you can mute the chat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with PC. You have to go to TeamSpeak and things like that. It's not like the Xbox version where you can join into any chat. In TeamSpeak, you have to specifically. I'm talking about the chat screen window in the bottom left hand corner.
Oh yeah.
I just fold that in. I don't even look at it.
Yeah.
Well, when I'm playing with Kate and Sean, we just open a Hangout and do it that way, and don't worry about TeamSpeak or anything else.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea, because then you're off that grid.
Right. Yep.
And you don't have to worry about any of that. Oh gosh. Well, do you guys have anything else?
I'm all tapped out, I think.
Me too. I think I've mentioned Requiem enough.
No, I'm interested in hearing next time too, because wherever you are, the next time we do one of these, see how you're doing.
Now that you said that, I'll probably stop playing tomorrow.
Yeah, go on to something else.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll just get it. Yeah, I'll start like I'll get 5 minutes in this evening, and I'll punch Alduin in the face, and I'll go, no, I'll see what's going on in ESO, and then just throw it at one side.
Yeah, I've been in on a Minecraft, and well, now I'm kind of sliding back into Fallout, but on just a Minecraft break. Been doing easy gaming. I actually pre-ordered Uncharted 4. I've never played any of that
Ooh.
series.
It's getting some pretty awesome reviews. It looks really good. So.
Yeah, I saw it had good reviews, and I was like, you know what? Let me check it out. 'Cause I think it's coming out for what, PS4, I believe.
It's PS4 exclusive.
That's exclusive there, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
we have one. I was like, you know what? I might as well buy a game for it.
Oh, I didn't know you had a PS4. Wow.
Yes. Yeah. I picked one up at Christmas, I believe, for Colin.
Okay. Yeah.
But he only plays a few things on there, and I was like, maybe I'll pick that up for it. That seems interesting.
Yeah, should be fun. It's yeah, like I said, it's got some great reviews. It's a good series too. So I feel like, I mean, if you played any Tomb Raider of the two recent ones, it's a lot like that.
A lot like that. Okay, cool. Yeah,
a lot of jumping and climbing
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It's cool.
yeah, that's next week, right?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Comes out
Yeah,
Tuesday.
okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'll be playing that next week.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah,
to-
well, I'll be interested to know what it's like because it's sort of on my list.
Yeah, I picked it up on Amazon because they have that thing now where you get was it 20% off when you're a Prime member?
Oh.
It's I guess it's to compete with Best Buy.
Yeah, well, Best Buy has the Game Club. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's to compete with that. If you're a Prime member, it's like pre-releases. If you order ahead of time and on new releases up to a certain period of time, you get 20% off. So that was the first one I've bought with that. So I've had Prime forever. So
Yeah, me too.
So I figured I'd check out that new thing they're doing with it, and see how that is. But
Yeah, Prime's pretty awesome. I bought
yeah.
I bought my new computer and a monitor and had it delivered on Saturday. It cost me $13.
That's pretty good. That's pretty nice to be able to just get that and just like, I want it in a day. Here we go.
Yeah.
and to upgrade to shipping is not much at all.
No.
Oh man. Well, thanks guys for hopping on.
Yeah.
And it's good that we could all hop on together this time. My
Fun.
my brunch was canceled because Connor got sick.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
Yes.
Poor guy.
So Mother's Day brunch was canceled today because of sick child. So I'm in the basement podcasting. But that's all I got. Oh, Andrew started redid a Twitch channel, so we have a new one now.
Oh really?
With the proper name. I believe is why he did it. So there's ASA Podcasting Twitch. And I think him and Kara are going to do some streaming there.
That'd be fun.
For the Fallout stuff and all. And I don't use Twitch much. I generally just do YouTube because, I don't know, I just have everything set up that way. But so there is a Twitch channel now. Just a heads up there. Well, there was one before, but it had a slightly different name than everything else, so it got confusing.
So this is just ASA Podcasting?
Yeah, just all one word. I think everything on Twitch has to be one word for kind of like on Twitter or something like that,
Yeah, I have I've had a Twitch channel for a while. I've done a little streaming. Blake was streaming yesterday.
Yeah, he was playing Skyrim too, actually.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, he was having a little trouble. I went and I dropped in for a while, but he was having bandwidth issues.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
Oh, that stinks. Well, everybody, this has been episode 91. Pretty close, actually, to the 3-year anniversary of the show.
Huzzah!
Wow, 3 years. Andrew reminded me. That's the only reason I knew.
Of course.
He sent me a message. He's like, it's been like 3 years. I'm like, really?
We'll have to figure out the date and help you celebrate.
Yeah, I'll have to look on TalkShoe. I think it was mid-May sometime. I don't know. I'll have to look at the exact date. He sent it to me. It's probably in my messages. So, so yeah, we have the big 3-year anniversary. I think that's like wood or something like that, or ash or something.
I got one.
Yeah. I can't. It feels longer than 3 years and shorter than 3 years all at the same time.
Yes, indeed.
But I can't believe the game's gonna be out. What, 5 years this year?
Yeah, 5 years
Yeah, it'll be
this
5 years.
Yeah.
And did you see where for was it current players on Steam at one time it was only like 200 less than Fallout 4 the other day? Skyrim was only like 200 players less
Yeah.
than what Fallout 4 was.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that is crazy. That's like,
Well, it still is one of the. I don't know what place it has in best-selling games of all time, but it's way up there.
yeah. And I think that's more of a testament to Skyrim than it is a shot at Fallout, because every other game was above it was relatively new also and not that far ahead. Like,
Oh no,
relative.
it's definitely
Yeah.
definitely a testament to Skyrim. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
Fallout will have decent legs, I think, but there's very few games that come along like
It's rare.
like Skyrim.
Yeah. Yeah, the only things that were way up there were like was it Dota and something else, but they're like
Yeah.
off the charts. It's a whole different thing. But
I mean, it even still, I say even, but I mean, it still sells well on consoles, not just, I mean, it's the modding that keeps PC players
Yeah.
going, but it even sells well on consoles. So it's pretty, it's pretty impressive.
yeah, that's why I wouldn't be surprised to see an Xbox One announcement for them with it, because did Microsoft just announce they're doing away with 360 production altogether?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I believe they did. They finally announced that. So, well, you're talking about you're 2.5, 3 years into the Xbox One now. So
Yeah. Well, you have a one. So what's the level of backwards compatibility now? How many games are?
there's a good amount, but there's
Yeah.
still some main titles that aren't. But
Like Skyrim.
yeah, like Skyrim, for instance. But
Yeah.
and I would actually get it for that just to try it out. So I mean,
Yeah.
I would buy it again, of course. Why not?
Well, maybe then that could be. I mean, perhaps that will be part of the announcement if they announce, okay, Skyrim's finally going to be backwards compatible to the
Yeah, that would make sense.
Xbox One and mods.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then kind of get people into that before all the other
Yeah.
stuff comes about. So
Yep.
so that'll be interesting to see. And I guess with the same engine, really, as Fallout 4, it wouldn't be too difficult to have the mods happen on that as well.
I can't see how it would be. No.
Yeah,
it's like the console works almost the same way, almost the same commands, everything. Although I did notice that the console does not seem to be active in survival mode.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Huh.
I was thinking that because I was hoping to augment the time scale to move it a little bit slower because I moved a bit too fast for my liking.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it looks like it's not going to let me do that. I take it.
Yeah. I thought at first it was this keyboard I was using, but the tilde key works fine in Skyrim. So I think it's just it's survival mode
Huh.
where they killed the console.
Oh, wow. No console commands in.
I think so, unless there's something wrong with my game or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Well, that would kind of make sense because that way you couldn't just like give yourself water.
Right.
I'm playing survival mode. I have 10,000 things of purified water. I have.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
a
that
mattress
does.
anywhere I want.
Yeah. Oh, there's a bed.
I was just talking to Andrew about water because you can fill up empty bottles now with water when you go to a pump.
Yep.
If you get all your bottles and pick them up, so it doesn't matter what bottle it is, if it's beer bottles or if it's milk bottles or whatever.
Yeah, or the
you got them
soda.
onto,
Yeah.
You can fill it up and it'll turn into purified water in your inventory.
Yes, it does. That's nice. I learned that quickly, thankfully.
I was thinking about what you were saying earlier on with Fallout 4 and with that to Skyrim, and I was remembering. I think it's David Tott's post. I think it was it was either on the forum or on the Facebook group about how the maps and the games have been getting progressively smaller,
Mm-hmm.
and I noticed that too. And I was worried about ES6 coming out.
Yeah.
'Cause Fallout 3 and then Fallout 4, the map got smaller. Oblivion and then to Skyrim, the
Got
map
smaller.
got smaller.
Yeah.
And I'm just worried that ES6 is going to come out and it's going to be even smaller. Oh, it's smaller, but there's more stuff. No. We want a big map where you have to travel, like, especially like, when you're not fast traveling and you're slowly sauntering from place to place.
And
That's
you're
what we want.
searching
That's
out
what-
things. Yeah.
Yeah, if you sort of like, combine it into one giant, in the end, you're just going to have like, one big dungeon, and that's going to be your entire game. Stop doing it.
Yeah, they have been getting, because Oblivion was pretty big, and there was a pretty big gap between locations.
Yes.
Well, how much wasted space do you think there is in Oblivion, though? 'Cause
There
I've-
is there is a pretty good amount of like space that you could condense it. There is a lot of locations though. I don't know the location count as far as that and Skyrim goes, but yeah, I mean there were times you could run through areas of the map and not see anything for a really long time, like especially along like the northern edge and stuff. You could really get out there and down in the swamps in the south, like in the central southern part of the map. Yeah, you could get lost in those for a while and not see, no cabins, nothing was popping up on the radar.
Huh.
So there is, I guess there is a drawback to that in that it's so big and
there's-
that's
There's
space,
something to
but
be said of walking around and there's absolutely nothing around you.
because then you feel lost almost,
Yeah,
which is
mean,
I think
had
good, like a good way,
Yeah, it's an immersive feel for sure.
Yeah, I had that quite a lot in New Vegas, wandering around just out in the desert, in the absolute middle of nowhere. And as it is in the desert, there was fuck all out there. Nothing.
Some cow skulls and a scorpion or two. Yeah.
Yeah, and you would be walking for, and this is like in real time, you would be walking for a solid 10 to 15 minutes and not having nothing happen.
And
for the
nothing was
entire-
going.
Nothing happening, nothing attacking you, nothing, just you
Oh,
walking along the
man.
fucking road.
I
And
should try
sometimes,
doing a dust mod for New Vegas. It's an overhaul mod.
I'd like to get back into New Vegas, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, Dust essentially takes place, I think it's supposed to be 20 years after the events of New Vegas, and things haven't gone very well. So
why? I don't know why it's such an optimistic game,
yeah, it's really, yeah.
like
It's-
Fallout 4.
right.
Yeah,
So-
such an optimist.
There ain't much left. Let's just put it that way.
Oh
And
man.
whatever's left is really bad for you. Yeah. It's sort of the requiem of New Vegas, I guess.
The Requiem of New Oh man.
To bring the whole show to a full circle conclusion.
Perfect.
Yes, that's right.
Perfect ending.
Yeah, good segue.
I have no idea how long this episode is. I'll find out when I download it from YouTube.
Maybe like 140, I think, or something like that.
Probably. I was going to record it on Audacity and I forgot to hit record, so I just got to steal the audio from YouTube. But thank everybody for listening.
Indeed.
And,
Thank you.
Yeah. Join us next time. We'll be here. Some version of people will be on talking about Skyrim and other stuff. So, do we still do Happy Skyriming, even though we know Andrew stole that?
Happy gaming.
Happy gaming. Happy Elder Scrollsing.
Yes, there you go.
In case you're playing ESO or something. And
One.
yeah, Juan. In case you're Juan and playing fully immersed.
And
Immersed.
Keith.
Yeah, he's been playing a lot too, actually.
Yeah, he was kicking more like balls off ass the other day. Go
Was he?
on, Keith.
Awesome.
Why don't those two just start a damn ESO show?
I don't know. Why don't they?
Go ahead,
Hey?
Juan. Oh man. All right, everybody. Goodbye.
Toodaloo.
Right.
Let me stop this.